Longoria out into right center field. That's going to be a hit, and we'll see if anybody can cut it off. Kepler does. Longoria is going to test him, and the throw will be offline. Evan Longoria even not moving nearly 100% with a head-first slide. It's a leadoff double. He rips that one into right field. He got a fastball, and he hit a liner to third. Longoria, and he'll come home. Longoria really not moving all that well, but the throw goes into second base, so Brandon Crawford ties the game up with a hard hit single.
What up, Steve? He was out there hanging out with Mo Salah in Liverpool a couple days ago. Saw it on Mo Salah's Instagram page. Mo Salah, star striker for Liverpool, of course. Those are a couple positive highlights for the Giants. And look, we know this team is mediocre. I mean, let's be real. They've lost 8 of their last 10. And even the game they won that Sunday in Colorado was a joke in the 11th inning. Should have lost that one. I mean, they get swept in Minnesota. Friday night was just ugly. Alex Wood, that terrible third inning.
Yeah.
They lose 9-0 in that one. Saturday, we'll get to that in just a second because that's where things got interesting. Dominic Leone throw a strike. And then yesterday, they just weren't competitive. They just were not competitive whatsoever. But the 6-run third inning to set the tone in this series, given up by Alex Wood. Alex Wood now is ERA sitting at 5. Just an ugly weekend for the Giants and an ugly stretch. Remember Langford when his 12-game stretch started? We all figured, okay, if the Giants can make some noise during this 12-game stretch, maybe they still have a shot. Maybe they have a shot. Well, during this 12-game stretch, Langford, they split with Arizona. They lose 2-3 to Colorado. They split with Detroit, and they get swept by the Twins. It was an ugly stretch.
Yes, just a little bit. And, I mean, especially that one against the Tigers, and now you're heading into a series against the Padres after this one. It just doesn't get any easier. But I told you prior to the break, I actually got two takeaways.
Oh, you got
now.
two, not
Instead,
one. You thought of another one.
I had one. I didn't think of another one. I had another one in the back pocket, and I totally forgot about it. But I do have this because NBC Sports Bay Area brought this up on their Twitter page. And it was a graphic that they used for their broadcast. And they talked about the 2023 free agents. And the caption is, if I were Farhan. And then, who would you bring back? Which of these 2023 free agents that's currently on this Giants roster in 2022? Evan Longoria, Carlos Rodon, Brandon Belt, Jock Peterson, Wilmer Flores, Dom Leone, Jose Alvarez. I'm thinking, if I were Farhan and those were the free agents that were on my list, I am maybe thinking about bringing back 2. Maybe Wilmer Flores. I really want Carlos Rodon on this team. I don't know if he's definitely not going to pick up that option because once he tests free agency, he's going to be making a lot more than just $22.5 million or $21.5 million, whatever that number is for that option. I believe it's actually 22.5. Maybe you bring those 2 back. Maybe. But this also leads to the one takeaway that I had from the Twins series. Good Lord, if Carlos Correa is not going to be back with the Twins, go and sign this dude. Carlos Correa is unbelievable.
Well, he earned $100 million just this weekend against the Giants. I mean, the Giants made him look like Kirby Puckett.
Unbelievable.
No joke. I keep saying, it looked like Justin Morneau. Joe Mauer. The Twins hit the hell out the baseball over the weekend.
Yeah, that Alex Wood start, when you had Carlos Correa come to the plate, it felt like game over.
Gary Sanchez didn't even recognize the guy with the beard because he's been a long-time Yankee. You know the rules with the Yankees, you got to shave your facial hair.
Yeah.
He goes yard that Friday night. It's just a joke of a weekend. And now they're 4 games under 500. Now that you say, hey, man, they have to play the Padres. The Padres haven't been playing great baseball. That's the frustrating part about the stretch for the Giants, as they're 2-8 in their last 10, and they've lost 4 in a row. The frustrating part about this stretch is that they had opportunities to make us believe they had a shot at making the postseason. They did. Padres are getting their... Josh Hader, you see the numbers on him since he's become a Padre?
I haven't. So I saw a headline that said Josh Hader has been bad and keeps getting worse, but I didn't read into it.
All right, well, I'm going to pull up the Josh Hader stats in just a second here, but
okay.
They haven't been playing great baseball. The Brewers haven't been playing great baseball. They've been blowing games against the Cubs, and here's the stats for Josh Hader.
Okay.
Since joining the Padres, Josh Hader has thrown 4 2/3 of an inning, allowed 12 runs on 12 hits with 7 walks and 8 strikeouts. 6 earned runs in 1/3 of an inning yesterday. You know where his ERA is at now?
Where at?
6.52. Josh Hader.
6.52?
Josh Hader, 6.52 ERA right now.
Wasn't he throwing a sub-2 ERA
and then he walked
over a month ago?
Yeah, and then the Giants got to him, and now he's sitting at 6.52.
Wow. Okay, so I got to go back and look at this. I got to go back and look at this Giants one.
And 1.47 WHIP.
So when he faced the Giants, he had a 4.5 ERA once he was done facing the Giants after that game.
Yep.
And then he goes on to have a 6.52. And ever since his time with the Padres, good Lord, that's terrible. So you're saying
you're 2.73 ERA going into that Giants game.
So you're saying you're disappointed because this was going to be a time to pounce, if any, maybe to get somewhere within that wild card spot?
This was the 12 games to make your run. Because now you are playing the Padres, and they're probably thinking, oh, we're about to feast on this team.
Yeah.
Because they still have Manny Machado's red hot.
Right.
Manny Machado's hitting the hell out the baseball. Josh Bell's starting to figure it out. But their problem is they don't have much starting pitching.
Right.
You know, their starting Sean Manaea has been a joke with the Padres. Blake Snell can't get anybody out. But this was their chance to make some noise. And the Giants failed to make that noise. And now you look at their stretch going into September. You mentioned the Padres, right? They have three games against the Padres at home. Now, everybody was complaining about the attendance a couple weeks ago. It's Arizona on a Monday night. I wonder what the attendance is going to be like tonight after that road trip. Good luck getting 20,000.
The attendance in that Sunday afternoon Twins game, by the way, like barely anyone wanted to go watch the Giants play the Twins.
Hell no. Nobody wanted to go to that game.
Nobody wanted to go. It was humid.
Yeah,
I just sweat watching that game. It was like overcast, and you could tell that it was humid.
You weren't sweating because Jacob Junis was on the mound?
Actually, you know what? Jacob Junis.
He's been a good Giant. That's not fair.
He's been okay since coming to the Giants. Yesterday,
he's been okay.
Yeah, he's been fine. Yesterday was a little bit of a hiccup. The one that I'm continuing to watch out for, the new Giant, is J.D. Davis and what he does. Because I haven't seen J.D. Davis do much. Well, but that's like, I'm just talking to new Giants and just thinking in my head.
Well, listen, he was 0 for 4 yesterday with 3 strikeouts.
Right.
This young kid who comes up, lefty, Alex Young, not cracking.
No.
Not cracking. Can't get anybody out. Dominic Leone Saturday night. Can you throw a strike? The bases are loaded. Throw a strike.
What happened to him?
Throw a strike.
What happened to him?
Well, Camilo Duvall. We found out that maybe a 4-out save. It's not him right now. That's not his thing right now.
No.
It's got to work up to that. And we were complaining, maybe throw a bit. Well, we found out 4-out save Saturday night. Didn't get it done. And he had some comments about that as well, saying basically, I'm not ready for that. Okay, well, we got a player admitting that. Well, now you're screwed because everybody else in the bullpen, you got Tyler Rogers. He threw a clean inning yesterday. Nobody cares because they were down 8-3. But
Lubman cares.
Lubman does care.
Got your back.
Does Lubman care about this, though? How about the next 8 games for the Giants?
Oh, boy.
You see the schedule? 3 against the Padres. 3 against the Phillies, who have Bryce Harper back. And then you got 3 in L.A. Oh, actually, that's 9 games. And then let me add 2 more in Milwaukee, which is a doubleheader. That's your next 11 games. 3 against the Padres, 3 against the Phillies, 3 at L.A., and 2 at Milwaukee.
And then sandwich that with a Cubs matchup, and then the Braves, and then the Dodgers again.
Oh, yeah. The season's done.
It's going to get way worse, too. It's going to be so fun.
Are you sure? Lubman, you know what Lubman said? I know we got a break here, but Langford, you know what Lubman said to me yesterday? That Saturday game made me so frustrated. It made me so frustrated. I say, really? You're still getting frustrated over the 2022 Giants? By the way, the segment was presented by Golden State Lumber. Lumber and building materials for professional builders and contractors throughout Northern California. Visit GoldenStateLumber.com. I do want to get back into that free agency list, Langford, about who the Giants should bring back and what can they actually attract, because I think they're a lot farther away than many people think. That'll be coming up, brought to you by Fremont Bank, full service banking, no compromises.